With the crypto market going through its most recent correction, does this mean that the bull market is over? Well, I for one believe that starting October, Q4 is going to be a massive month for crypto. And we'll be seeing eye-watering, sleep-depriving rallies leaving every other asset class in the dust. And so in this video, we'll be covering why I think the crypto market will soon be exploding higher, starting very soon. Then why we still may have 10 days of further downside. Then we'll set the target. How much money is it going to take to double the crypto market in just the next 3 months? And then we'll finish with the how. The 5 monster trillion-dollar pools of capital that can send the crypto prices to the moon and beyond. Okay, so first up, the next 3 months could be massive for the crypto market, and here is why. Okay, so first up, let's cover why I think the crypto market is soon going to be exploding higher, and it all has to do with where we are in the cycle right now. So let's just zoom in and take a look at this piece here. So essentially, this thick blue line is the average of the past 3 cycles. And as we can see, we're pretty much exactly where we should be. If anything, a little bit lower, we're currently sitting about here. So very slightly below the average. And then very simply, if you look from October, which is here, we can see October, if history repeats, will be a massive month for crypto. Bitcoin could be getting to this $150,000 level. Then probably another nice correction along the way before November, smashing us up again, maybe an even stronger month, November, December, breaking past this $200,000 level. So this is just based on what's happened in the past and why I think it's the most likely outcome that Q4 is going to be massive. Now, I did allude to the fact that the next 10 days we still could see some downside moving into October. So what makes me say that? Well, if we just break out the cycles, so this is the same thing, but now this time we're breaking them out. So this one up here is 2021, this one down here is 2013, and this cycle has most resembled 2017. So as we can see, this period here from about mid-September through to October is very, very volatile. And in fact, we've actually come down to about this point here. So there's nothing to say that we can't get one last flush out, maybe even again touching this $100,000 level. It would be very short-lived. Probably another liquidation event which sharply brings it down and then bounces it back very quickly. But this just says that in previous cycles, this last week and going into October tends to be very, very volatile. And there is one thing that makes me think that we could get one last flush in this last week. So this is the calendar for September right now. At the time of this recording, it is Wednesday the 24th. And what do we see in a couple of days? The next PCE. So this is the most important inflation data. And as we know, inflation data is extremely sensitive to the crypto market right now. If we get a bad reading, this would exactly correlate into why there could be a drop on Friday, a very scary Saturday and Sunday, maybe forming the bottom over the next 5 days. So as you can see, the next 7, 8, 9, 10, this period here, there still could be some further downside if we get a bad reading. Now, if trueflation is correct, then we are going to be getting the August reading, which trueflation is saying that it's going to be higher than the previous month and maybe even topping out completely, as real-time inflation says there has now been a drop going into September. So inflation could now be behind us. However, the reading coming in 2 days is for August, and this is why it could be a bad reading. Setting up a drop on Friday, setting up a scary weekend, and then forming the bottom, the last final scare before we go into October. Now, on the flip side, if we suddenly get a great inflation reading, then this last flush probably has now set the bottom and it could begin from here. So anything can happen in the crypto market. Now, let's talk about how high crypto could be going over the next 3 months. Will we get this big, massive run to this trend line here? So this is just connecting the 2017 high, the 2021 high. And what does it say? Well, this brings the market cap to about 9 trillion. And as of right now, the crypto market is about 3.8. So let's say currently the crypto market is about 4 trillion. Now, this means it would require to get to the 9 a target of $5 additional trillion, doubling the crypto market. So many of you might be thinking, how on earth are we going to find an additional $5 trillion? Well, there are 5 monster trillion-dollar pools of capital where this could come from. So let's now finish up with me showing how this could be possible. Number 1 has to do with global M2, and many people in the crypto sphere has been following this correlation this whole time between global M2 and Bitcoin's price. However, there has been a divergence here. Global M2 has been rocketing higher while Bitcoin has been consolidating. So there's nothing to say that Bitcoin and the crypto market could now catch up, and this could be with global M2 being around $100 trillion right now. It would be a very fair assumption to say just 1%, just 1 trillion could find its way into the crypto market. Easily doable, right? Well, there's one of the 5 already. Next, let's quickly discuss money market funds. When everyone's been panicking, people have been putting their spare cash and putting it into money market funds. And this is just a fund which is like a cash equivalent, super safe investments that don't really crash, where people can draw the money out virtually instantly. So this is very close to being cash in the bank. Now, money market funds currently sitting at $7.5 trillion. And the assumption would be if the crypto market suddenly starts picking up and everyone's making tons of money out of crypto and Google searches are going through the roof and everyone's talking about it, is it possible that one of these trillion finds its way into the crypto market? I'd say it's certainly doable. So there would be another trillion right there. Number 3, and this has to do with the sovereign wealth funds. So these are the largest sovereign wealth funds in the world. However, if you add all the sovereign wealth funds together, this is a pool of capital of around $14 trillion. And again, if the crypto market is going bonkers, we get market structure from the US. Is it possible that one of these finds its way into the crypto market? Certainly possible, and there's another 1 trillion there. Number 4, and this has to do with the executive order by Donald Trump opening people's 401k plans to the crypto market. And this is a pool of capital, a potential $10 trillion. And again, if the crypto market is going bonkers, Bitcoin is flying, altcoins are flying, and everyone's making money, is it possible that when this opens, 1 trillion finds its way into the crypto market in this bubble mania phase? It's certainly possible. So there's another potential trillion there. And did you know, literally 2 days ago, there was a bunch of Congress people writing a letter basically saying, Mr. SEC Chairman Atkins, please hurry this through. This executive order allowing people access to crypto in their 401ks. This was literally sent pressing and pushing the SEC chair in just the last couple of days. Great to see. And then fifth and final, this has to do with the good old S&P 500, which, as you can see, over the last couple of decades has been going on an absolute tear, and most recently it's crushing new all-time highs. And the market cap of the S&P is currently a pool of capital of $55 trillion. So again, if the crypto market begins going exponential, is it possible that just one of these finds its way rotating out of stocks and into the crypto market? As you can see, certainly possible. So that is the very basic math of where 5 trillion could come from. Now, could there be a little bit more from global M2? Yes. Could there be a little bit less from the sovereign wealth funds? Yes. Could there be 2, 3, 4 from the S&P? Absolutely. But as you can see, that is how the crypto market can literally double in just the next 3 months. I believe within the next 2 weeks, the next crypto bull market will begin with eye-watering, face-melting rallies. To get to a $9 trillion market cap, this would require 5 trillion of additional capital. And for me, this could come by taking $1 trillion from the following. Global M2 sitting around 100 trillion, money market funds of 7.5 trillion, sovereign wealth funds of 14 trillion, US pensions of 10 trillion, and the S&P 500 of 55 trillion. Boom! There we have it, $5 trillion of additional capital ready to flow into and double the crypto market in just the next 3 months. And as a bonus one, did you know there's about $8 trillion in corporate cash reserves? So a nice little bonus trillion for any crypto skeptics. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Now, as mentioned, we do still have to get through the next 10 days, and there could be some more pain, but then it's game on. If you do have any burning questions, then simply use super thanks below. However, just remember to get rid of 100% of the comment spam and trading bots that plague YouTube comments. We are trying out the new Super Thanks Commenting system. So to get your question or comment read and replied to, or just to say thanks, then use super thanks below. And for now, just to say, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.